What's up, everyone? It is your girl, Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and we're gonna get into my favorite powders of 2022. So we got foundation powders, and then we got setting powders. Of course, it's more setting powders and foundation powders. I didn't try that many foundation powders this year. There weren't that many that came out that interested me enough to get me to purchase. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hopefully it won't take that long. I'm trying to make this one under 20 minutes, but knowing me and the way I talk, so let's get started now. Okay, so I'm starting off with some kind of luxury one. This one is a press one. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Eye and Face Micro Powder. God, that's a lot to say. Charlotte, she always had these 40-page letter names for these products. So I got the shade, I almost dropped it, Lord, Tan Deep. So this is what she looks like. As you can see, mine has a nice little dent in it, if you can't tell, because I've been using this quite a bit. I actually really like this. I had to stop using it and make myself use other things because I really am in love with this powder. I think it is so perfect underneath the eyes, and even the concealers I don't have that aren't necessarily that perfect tone of yellow that you all know I love to use. This brings them up to that perfect tone of yellow that I prefer underneath my eyes. So that's why I really love this powder. It's absolutely stunning. So I'm gonna try to get into the majority of the loose powders now, and then we'll end with the foundation powders because I actually have like 3 of those that I've talked about. Now, powder at first I was iffy about, but now I truly love and can appreciate, especially with some concealers I have. I feel like it lightens them up sometimes, because sometimes occasionally, every once in a full moon, I'll get a shade that's a little deeper than what my preference is. So I really like to use this powder for that in particular. That would be the, what is this? House Labs Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder. I have the shade Golden. So I think 5 shades of this came out. I didn't get one for my face, so I just tried to stick with the one for the eye. I try to buy more powders for underneath the eye than the face, because I feel like I use more powder underneath the eye than around my face. And since I have foundation powders, sometimes I prefer to use over those, depending on what brand of foundation I'm using and things of that nature. I just prefer to buy more brightening and more powders when they come out for underneath my eyes than on my actual face, because I feel like I want to see if it's brightness and blurring in the areas where I have the biggest pores. So since it said it was blurring, I definitely want to have one for underneath my eyes. So this is what the color looks like. I'll show you the back, and then it has a little net in it, as you can see. But I was iffy about this when I first got it. I told you, I was like, I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I really enjoy it though, so I'm glad to have it in my collection. I would definitely encourage you to try it out. I think it does a pretty good job of blurring, and it sets the foundation nicely, and it does make the face look nice and smooth. So I recommend it. The next one I have is the Laura Mercier, what is this, Translucent Honey. I don't remember if this one came out this year or not. I meant to buy the blurring one. I still haven't bought it, but I still have a coupon for 20% off from Ulta, and I can still use the 20% off code at Sephora. Get gifting at, Kohl's and Sephora inside Kohl's to get any more 20% off of items that I would like to get. So that's why I'm not super concerned about it, because I can still try the powder that way. I heard too much mouth raving about how nice the blurring one was as opposed to this one. So I'm like, I kind of want to try it out, but at the same time, I'm thinking I'll get that one for my face, because the one I have for my face in the original like this is like super old, so I feel like I should get that. But this is another one of those colors I really like. Now you can see a better idea of, because I feel like the one I just showed you from House Labs is a little bit lighter than this one, but this one is a gorgeous tone underneath the eyes. I like to use this powder a lot as well. I had to put this one away, and then I started using the House Labs, and I had to put it away. So I've been putting certain powders away throughout the year, because I'll constantly use them opposed to other things. And since I wanted to have a good variety to show you depending on price point, I tried to use a variety of products. Although it seems like they're more on the higher luxury end, like every powder for underneath the eye just about I'm talking about is from Sephora, except for one that I'll show you in a second. But I have a couple of other affordable options, and I did buy the ones for underneath the eye as well as for the face in these brands, so just bear that in mind. Next, I have the Say Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent Medium. If y'all remember, in my best products I tried so far in 2022, I told you all I really like this powder. I still like it. I barely have any beige powders in my collection though, so I was pleasantly surprised by this one, because at first I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. I'm not a person who really does the beige powder thing. I know there are lots of other content creators, my skin tone, who prefer to. I still prefer my yellow powder though. I don't try to do yellow to the point of like Sasha Buttercup the way, you know, like we used to, but you know, I still like me a yellow powder. So this one gives you more of like that beige tone. So if you're one who likes more of the beige tone as opposed to yellow like I do, I feel like you'll like this one. It does give a nice radiance underneath the eye. Notice I said radiance, not glitter, so you don't have to worry about it being glittery like the Jaclyn Hill what I forgot the name of those highlighters that she came out with. Those are those finishing powders she came out with. It's not glittery in the sense like that. It's more of just a radiant look on the skin. I feel like hers actually look kind of glittery-ish and like really more highlighter-ish than powderish in my personal opinion. But she said, I think she was trying to make it be similar to the Lancome one that get discontinued. So I guess that ended up working in her favor. I do like that powder as well, but I've talked about that in the past. I wanted to give you an alternative to that powder and one that will work better underneath the eyes, because I feel like that one is kind of glittery and isn't necessarily good for your face. Okay, so let's talk about something that isn't at Sephora. So I got this affordable one. This is actually a really viral product and went viral on TikTok if I remember correctly. I don't watch a lot of TikTok, but I heard other people saying it went viral on TikTok, so that's where I got the information from. This is the UOMA Beauty Trip and Smooth powder. I have the shade Rich Tan, and then I have the shade Honey. Honey is the one I use underneath my eyes, and then Rich Tan, this one right here. If you can see the color right there, it's more of, obviously you see my skin tone, so I prefer to use this on my face. So I want to bring this one to show one on my face that you know looks really nice and blurred and smooth. I actually use the face color more than I use the eye color in this powder. I don't know, sometimes I feel like it messes with my concealer, but I feel like this one always does a good job of smoothing the foundation and stuff I put on my face when I need to set it down with powder. So that's why I wanted to make sure I brought this one in particular. I do like the one for underneath the eyes. I just use it every once in a while. I don't use it a lot because of what the aforementioned reason I just named. But I feel like this is actually worth the hype. And y'all know sometimes people overhype stuff and it don't be that great, but no, this is worth the hype. And it's only $29.50. The other ones I showed you are in the 30s, and y'all know Charlotte Tilbury is like 46 or something crazy like that. And then I think the Laura Mercier, isn't it like 38 or something like that? So all the other ones are higher than this one. I feel like this is a good affordable option. You can buy this at Ulta. A lot of times they have sales. Like I bought mine during 21 Days of Beauty. So I ended up getting both of them for the price of one. So I think they were like $16.25 each, and both of them ended up being the $29.50. Or it was they're both ended up being 30 bucks though, which made it quite the steal for me. So this might be 32 bucks, but I swore it was $29.50. Anyway, on to the next one. So I feel like this is the brand I don't really talk about that much when it comes to complexion, just because I feel like they've just started to come out with more and more complexion things that are more inclusive for everyone. Not to say that before they weren't, but I like the fact that when they do come out with complexion, I feel like they try to do a good job across the board of including everyone. So these are the Sigma Beauty Soft Focus Setting Powder. So I have this shade here, which is Cinnamon. This is the one that works on my face. And then I have the shade here, Honey, which is the one I put underneath my eyes. If I remember correctly, my girl Karen wears the shade Honey, I think, all over her face, and I forgot which one she wears underneath her eyes. So you'd have to watch her video just to see. As y'all know, Karen gets Sigma PR, and whenever she says something is really good, I trust her judgment, so I go ahead and buy it. So I ended up getting both of these. I think they were like buy one get one free, or they had a 50% off sale, so I ended up getting both of them for the price of one, because I think these are $32 a piece. So for 16 a piece, getting them for 32, I think that's why I got the number I just told y'all, 16 for them, because I got both of these for I think 32 or $38, which I thought was a steal, because these powders are amazing. They do, I feel like, really similar to the Say powder, in my personal opinion. They give off that same like soft radiance to them, and they look just as nice. As you can see, it's really similar to the Say color as well. So I feel like it's a good alternative to the Say powder if you don't want to necessarily buy the Say powder. Matter of fact, let's see how much is in each one, because it might be more in this one than it is in Say. Let me see. I'm trying to see where the amount is on here. Oh, yeah, it does have more than the Say powder. This is 038, so it's 10 grams, and the Say one is only 4 grams or 0.14 ounces. So I feel like, as you can see, they have similar colors, and I feel like this one performs just as nice. And now we're going to have to do a battle of and see which one lasts the longest and does the best. See, I'm always finding dupes while I'm doing videos lately. I don't know what it is, but I just get it pointed out. But we're going to definitely try both of these out, because I like both of these, and we might put it in an overrated versus underrated depending on how well the video turns out. So I will be filming that tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm going to set them right on the side, because I have to do the Rare Beauty highlighter video tomorrow. I have to go to Sephora and pick those up to do that video for you all. So you'll be seeing that soon. But the Cinnamon one, I feel like the color of this is really nice. I don't think I have a powder I feel like is similar to this, because I like the Huda Beauty one, but I feel like it's a little heavier and more matte on the skin. Not that it doesn't look nice, I just don't feel like it gives the radiant soft focus finish that this one does. So I'm not going to try to battle it against that. But both of these powders are absolutely stunning. You should definitely give these Sigma powders a try. And since Sigma always has a lot of good deals and sales, and then you know they have influencer codes on top of it, you can just rack on up on the deals. And remember to use code CAGEMAKeup if you're going to buy from Sigma, because y'all know we push Karen's codes over here like Karen's codes are our own, but we love Karen Harris in this household. So go use Karen's code. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure it's code CAGEMAKeup. most of her clothes are cage makeup, so try that first. Next, I have a drugstore affordable one. We're getting to foundation powders now, so I feel like you should know what this is. This has been hyped all over the internet. I've been seeing ads for it and the Maybelline one lately. I haven't tried the Maybelline one yet, but spoiler alert, it's L'Oreal's infallible, what is it, 24-hour fresh wear foundation in a powder. I wear the shade 365 Copper, so I wear the shade Copper in the foundation as well, but I think that's shade 535 in the foundation powder. So that's what it looks like. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's in the same component as the bronzer is. They just changed the colors on the outside. So like, I think it's just black where it's brown for the bronzer, and it's this red shade, so you'll recognize it as the foundation since the foundation bottle is red and black like this. But I really love this powder. I think it's amazing on the skin. I want to try it out and see if it's really similar to the another powder I'm about to show y'all in a second, because I feel like it could possibly be a good dupe for that powder. So y'all might get a full face of dupes tomorrow in addition to the full face of Rare Beauty, because I was going to do a full face of Rare Beauty and then just try the highlighters out in that video and do a get ready with me talking to y'all about some other stuff I want to talk to you about, because there's some brands I was thinking about not reviewing next year and explaining to you why, and why I feel like the brand is like falling off of what I originally liked them for. But you know, we'll see how that goes. But the brand I want to compare it to is the Turn Up the Base Versatile Foundation Powder in the shade Dark 4G. I was confused on what shade to get in this powder when I first looked at it, because I was like, I don't know how the shades are going to work. I looked at it online, but I didn't end up ordering during the last Sephora sale before this one that came up now for the gift giving sale. This is what it looks like on the inside though, and as you can see, I feel like the colors are really similar, and I feel like they both give a good amount of coverage. So I kind of want to see who gonna get the best coverage for the price, but this is what they look like. I feel like the Patrick Star one is just a little bit darker than the One Size one, but we're gonna try both those out now too. See, y'all, I'm just finding all the dupes or whatever, but I don't think I can put that in underrated versus overrated, because I feel like people have definitely hyped up the L'Oreal one, all the drugstore girlies. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I got one more powder to talk about, y'all. I told y'all I was gonna try to make this under 20 minutes, and it's working out, because so far we only at 12 minutes. So last powder I have to talk about is one I got in a recent video as well. So these last two powders we're talking about, I got in videos recently. I mean, got in this last Sephora haul recently, and I just wanted to show them off. So this is the Dior Forever Natural Velvet Compact Foundation. Is the shade 6 Neutral or 6N. Y'all know I only wear shade neutral, 6 Neutral in all Dior products. Now I was scared when I saw this, because if you saw this in person the way I'm looking at it as opposed to on this camera, it looks orange. And then it has that fragrance that, you know, that expensive bougie floral fragrance that high-end makeup loves to do. Although the L'Oreal powder foundation has that same smell to it. But yeah, so this is what it looks like on the inside. It's absolutely stunning. The powder looks so beautiful on the skin. I've been wearing it for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, because I had to do a complexion corner on it to show you to y'all. So I was like, I went ahead and, you know, like wore it for a little while. I really like it. I've tried it with a whole bunch of different foundations. I didn't just try it with, you know, the Dior foundation. I started off with the Dior foundation, of course, but I've used it with other things since, and I must say I was quite impressed with it. So I was like, okay, Dior, I was scared that you were gonna have me out here looking orange and crazy like with that foundation I originally tried this year, the matte one, but it surprised me, and in a good way, thank goodness. So I am happy to report that I liked it enough to put in this video, and I feel like it gave a decent amount of coverage. It did blur the skin pretty nicely, and it lasted a pretty long time too, considering I still wear a mask. So those are all the powders I had to talk to you all about. I only got, I think, 3 categories left. I'm gonna do skincare, body care, and primers together, and then we got to do the eyeshadow palettes. But I think that's all I got, because I did blush, bronzer, and highlighter already. I did foundations and concealers. I did perfumes, so I only have like the body care and the skincare and the face primers, like I said, and then the eyeshadows. The eyeshadows is what's gonna take the longest, so I'm thinking about doing it separately, like luxury and high-end in one video, and then drugstore and affordable in one video, or drugstore, affordable, and indie in one video. Because let's be honest, I'm gonna have mostly a whole bunch of indie, luxury, and high-end palettes to talk about. So let me know down below if you all want to see it separated like that, with the indie, drugstore, and affordable, and then we'll do the high-end and luxury separately, because I feel like otherwise y'all can be sitting here for hours listening to me talk about all the eyeshadow palettes I tried and the reasons I like them, including the one that's on my eyes right now. And I only tried it for the first time, but it's just a remake of another palette that they made some changes to, and the changes are chef's kiss, spoiler alert. You will have seen that video though before you see this, so that's why I don't mind talking about it. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. You can comment down below and tell me if you agree with the stuff I talked about. If you tried any of the stuff I talked about, and let me know what you think about it down below. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.